RCD Mallorca 1, FC Barcelona 5, and that is a big win for La Blaugrana in Mallorca. This is your recap brought to you by HMD, the official mobile phone partner of FC Barcelona. And I watched the entire game. The game has just ended, and there's five things I just want to go over that I've learned from this game. Number one, Marc Casado is crucial, extremely crucial to how Hansi Flick plays. It is quite interesting to see that a youngster who's just come onto the squad, basically, like if you compare him to the other players, right? The Frenkie de Jongs and Lewandowskis of the team, even Rafinha, Ferran, this guy has become one of the most crucial pieces. He missed the last game against Las Palmas, and it's one of the reasons why they actually lost that game, because their midfield was quite light. He has a very specific role in this team. You don't see him often on the ball. You don't see him like controlling the play a lot, the way Busquets used to do. But what he does is that he has a work rate. He runs a lot. He really covers a lot for this team. Their games end up having a lot of transition, a lot of running back because of their high line. And Marc Casado is extremely crucial to how Barca plays. And they have to keep him fit. He has to keep playing. And for me, I feel like discipline is one of his probably the biggest issues. He just needs to stop getting damn yellow cards and red cards. Actually, that's why he missed the last game, because he got a red card in the previous game after 2 yellows, the one that ended 2-2. Number two, Lamine Yamal can impact the game even when he's quiet. This boy was quiet for like a good chunk of the game, and he was like, is he really being impactful? He's just come back from injury, so you're wondering as well, is he fit, you know? But you saw he had his hand in 3 crucial goals. The second one, obviously, when he won the penalty. The third one, the assist to Rafinha. Trivela, outside of the foot, like amazing assist. And the fourth goal, obviously, again, another Trivela that led to Pau Victor, who had just come on, then crossing the ball. Then the defender just knocks it into Frenkie de Jong's path. But Lamine Yamal, even when he goes quiet in games, especially a game like this, right, where Mallorca were in need for, they were in the game. They saw that Barcelona, the game is 5-1, ended 5-1, yes, but it flatters them because Mallorca were in the game for good chunks of the game. And it sometimes just takes moments like those to impact a game. And I feel like he has shown us now, when he's in Spain, he can be in a team that wants to possess the ball a lot. Barcelona, at times when they're playing other teams and they possess the ball, right now they're in a moment where they're really giving the opponent a lot of opportunities, so they're not really that dominant on the ball. But even off the ball, he's now showing us that, I can be a game changer, you know? And yeah, that's just really amazing to see. Number 3, Hansi Flick has firepower off the bench. Today, he brought on 2 players. He brought on Pau Victor and Frenkie de Jong. Exact times that they were brought on were, I think, the 72nd, 73rd minute. So they came on together. Frenkie came on for Dani Olmo, and Pau Victor came on for Ferran Torres, who actually started in place of Lewandowski today. So the guy is being rested for Betis and Dortmund in the Champions League. And literally within a minute later, they're scoring their third goal to make it 3-1, which sort of just secured the game. But the fourth goal is scored by Frenkie, again, substitute off the bench, just coming into the box late and attacking any balls that are coming in. And then obviously Pau Victor, who just came on, the youngster, he's probably that choice striker now after Ferran and Lewandowski, and got his goal as well. Well, I mean, it was pretty easy to score the goal, but he came on and he had impact. And that's what you want to see from your players coming off the bench. And if you look at the bench, they still had Lewandowski, who didn't play. They had Pablo Torre, who obviously didn't play. And the people that are missing are Ansu Fati and Bernal. So the players that they bring off the bench can really cause issues for the opposition and just increase the tempo and just make them play even harder. And this is not the first time where a game is tight or it's like 2-1 and then they end up scoring many goals in the last 10 minutes of the game. It has happened before this season. So it's a really, really big piece in how they come off the bench. Like the likes of Frankie coming off the bench and impacting the game. Number 4, Dani Olmo is a complete game changer. I don't know how this guy just was not on the radar of more teams in Europe. Maybe his head was like, he was sure he was going to Barcelona. But what he's showing us, like how he's manipulating space, how they're always finding him in the half space. The thing you realize about this game is that the first few minutes of the game, it was just helter-skelter. So both midfields were out of the game completely. That being what are those midfield? Casado and Pedri. Casado, you see him on the defensive side. So Casado, Pedri for Barca, and Molanes and Costa for Real Mallorca. Completely taken out of the game because there's too much transition. And in that period, because there's a lot of transition, the player who was running into those half spaces and getting the ball played into him was none other than Dani Olmo. Obviously, the first goal came from his run, sort of miscontrols the shot, and it goes to the defender. The defender, I don't know what they're doing. Then the ball just comes to Ferran and he slots into the net. But it's those runs. He constantly is giving teams problems with how he's just standing in between the midfield and defense, and then in between centre backs or centre back and right back, or centre back and left back. The way he runs into those spaces, his timing is so good, and he is crucial. This guy is key. The fact that he wasn't starting at the beginning of the season, obviously he was a new player, you want to bed him in and all those things. But now he's undroppable. You actually can't drop him. The kid is, okay, he's not a kid, but the guy is on a different level. And then, lastly, number 5 in things that I've learned in this game. I've just done 10, but I meant 5. I did 5 twice. You guys get it. This game plan of the high line is going to be the making or breaking of Barcelona. The fact that they keep catching teams offside is really good. 11 offsides this game against Mallorca is insanely high, right? But also the one goal that Mallorca scored came from, what's that guy's name? I'm forgetting his name. Pablo Maffeo making that run late, right? Was it Maffeo who made the run? I believe it was Maffeo. Yes. Maffeo making the run and then bring it back to Muriqi, who scored to make it 1-1. At a time when Barcelona looked like they were creating chances and should have scored more, they brought Mallorca back into the game. So this game plan is going to be the downfall or the reason they're going to succeed this season. And the only thing that I feel like Mallorca did well in that moment that they didn't do more of is the reason why they kept getting caught offside is because they're trying to make the strikers make the runs behind the back line. But the few times they asked midfielders to make those runs. So the likes of Maffeo, the likes of who's the other guy who was there? Maffeo is even the right back. Dade and Molanes or Fernandez. When they asked those people to come from deep and attack that back line, the high line, that's when they were getting good things. But the moment they started relying on Muriqi and Sanchez to be the ones to make those runs, it was not working because they're already starting from an offside position, or they're starting by the time the pass is played, they really don't have time to react and actually run into space. So this game plan is high risk, high reward. It has rewarded them many occasions. They've been caught out immensely with Las Palmas and Osasuna, which also led to this 3-game winless streak in La Liga. But when it works, and it works really well. So let's see how well they can do it. Again, this thing is just about being in the course of a game, 60, 70 minutes, that's when you get caught out with this thing. In the course of a season, late in the season, when people start getting tired, injuries are a factor, you don't have many players to be playing in those positions, that's when also this becomes a factor. It becomes a strength for the opponents because there's no reason to play a high line with players who can't run back. Personnel is also key. So all in all, impressive win. Rafinha again on the double. Just made a video yesterday that is supposed to be dropping tomorrow about how well Rafinha has played, how he has turned his career around at Barcelona. That's dropping tomorrow. I think that's timely. We also made a video on Lamine Yamal and whether he should be rested, which we all think he should be rested. But on the basis of this game, I don't know how you can rest the guy. The guy he's just has impact. Whether he's in the game, like in terms of in the play of the game, or he's just quiet, he will find a way to impact the game. So yeah. And then lastly, Balde, dude, you were stretchered off. We thought you were gone. We thought you were dead. How is it that you're starting this game 3 days later? Insane. Next game is against my boys Betis. If you guys don't know, Betis is actually my team from La Liga. So Barca take on Betis. I don't know how I'm going to watch that game. But yeah, Barca take on Betis, and then after that, Dortmund in the Champions League. but this is a crucial win. They now move 5 points clear of Real Madrid, despite having played 2 more games. And yeah, obviously, if Real win both games, they go ahead. But it's good to put the pressure, and it's good for La Blaugrana to get back on the winning thing, cycle, stage, whatever, round. Yes,